Tyler Ramos.
Here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Mrs. Candles, I gotta do the show. Get out of here. Oh, God. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. Sorry about that, guys. Me and Mrs. Candles were having a little bit of an argument, and she just, I don't know. She was just kind of, I go live, and she's always, I don't want to go on camera. I don't want to go on camera. And then she gets that close to the camera, and I'm like, I'm going live now. The intro's rolling. Get out of here. Sorry, Mrs. Candles. Oh, don't cry. Come on. I didn't mean it. I got to work. Well, unfortunately, guys, it looks like I might be in a little bit of trouble with Mrs. Candles, but what is going on? Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here and spending your precious time with me and the CandleMafia, here to just do 2 hours of TA like a bunch of chart nerds that we are. But guys, Bitcoin is at a pivotal moment here. We are getting a little bit of a rejection here at 29K, getting that little bit of a rejection. How about that volatility last night, guys? That was some pretty fun volatility. Now, I do try to take, a little bit of time off at night, after the live stream, but the charts were going nuts. We were in some trades, and it was a good time last night. But yeah, what is everybody laughing at? Guys, me and Mrs. Candles fighting shouldn't be a laughing matter, guys. Our relationship is on the line. I'm just kidding. When we fight or argue, it's very cordial. You know what I mean? But yeah, Mrs. Candles, you want to throw your hand in here, Mrs. Candles? You guys, I know you guys love her hand. I know you love her hand. All right, Mrs. Come on, don't be shy. Come on, come on, Mrs. Candles, don't be shy. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Oh, there it is, guys. There's her hand. There's her hand, guys. She won't show her face. She won't show her face. Maybe she will later. I don't know. But yeah, guys, Bitcoin getting that rejection from 29K. Is this the start of a bigger breakdown, or are we just getting a small move before another leg up? If you guys watch the show, you will know that for the most part, I am looking for somewhat of a correction to the downside, which we've been calling for the past few days, looking at some of those bearish signs that we've been keeping an eye on this live stream, in the free Discord, in the paid Discord. We've been keeping an eye on these bearish signals. Some of them are starting to play out here, but are we going to, the question is it going to be a big collapse, or is it just going to be a little bit of a correction before we finally get some moon-like action? We're going to be answering all those questions tonight, guys. I'm going to let you know what I think about Bitcoin, the key levels we need to keep our eyes on, and I'm also going to let you guys know if I think this is going to be a bigger breakdown, or more specifically, I'm going to show you how you could try to figure out if this is going to be a bigger collapse or a correction to the downside. We're going to show you those key levels that we should not break, and if we do, it may wind up being a little bit more bearish. And then right after that, guys, we will be taking a look at those altcoins. So not just yet. Don't spam them in chat yet. But eventually, you're going to want to throw those altcoins in the chat when we get to that part of the stream, so we can take a look at them and try to see what's going on with the altcoins. If you guys were watching yesterday, 2 days ago on the live stream, we made some calls on some altcoins, and we even marked them out on the chart, saying, literally, we put the vertical line there and we say up after this line. And we checked on them last night, and we'll just say, listen, we're not right 100% of the time, but those two calls played out pretty well yesterday. But guys, before we jump into it, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where we will give you guys a chance to win some free crypto, or maybe a Frankie Candles hat, which I can't get bent the right way here, guys. It's a little too sharp for me. But we got a lot to look at, guys. But before we jump into the charts here, let's go ahead and say what is going on to the Mafia. I don't know if I finished this whole thing. But yeah, every 100 likes, you guys get a spin on the wheel. And the more spins, the more giveaways. And if we get, what's the like goal today? The like goal today is going to be 850 likes. If we get 850 likes, I'll give away 1 month of free premium membership, premium Discord membership, but we don't like calling it premium membership, premium Discord. We like calling it the kitchen. So we'll give away a free month of the premium Discord, guys, if we get 850 likes, but we gotta hit that 850 like goal. But before we jump into it, guys, let's say what is going on to the Mafia. Shout out to Noah Erickson, says, Frankie, what's up, bro? What's going on, Noah? Thank you for being here, bro. I do appreciate you. King Carlito says, WTF did I just watch? Hey, listen, Carlito, hey, brother, we don't, Mrs. Candles, like, don't be judging on Mrs. Candles because she's got swollen fingers. She's going through some stuff, all right? I'm just kidding. Shout out to King Carlito. I appreciate you for being here, man. We got Kush is my cologne. What is going on, bro? Shout out to you. He says, I'm starting to really think that Mrs. Candles is Deezy. Shout out to you, man. Hey, keep it on the low, man. Keep it on the low. I'm just kidding, guys. Mrs. Candles is real. You guys just saw her hand. But yeah, shout out to Chemistry, bro. As always, thank you for being here, bro. We got Donato Cabrera in the chat. We got Julio. He says seems legit. That's what I'm saying, bro. Shout out to you, man. We got Melissa Santiago, one of our wonderful female Candle Mafia members. And right underneath her, we got Jessica, our resident female Candle Mafia representative. Thank you for being here. And shout out to Crypto Billy, Tony D, Tyler Jordan, Crypto Anon, Captain Kirk, or as she likes to be called now, Frankie pulled his fib, and Crypto Billy, D Petty Crypto, all of our mods, guys. They are the best mods on YouTube, so go give them some love in chat. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and try to figure out this crazy thing they call Bitcoin. Is it going up? Is it going down? Are we going to go to 0, 10K, 8K, 14K? Are we going up to higher highs? What is going on? We're going to break it all down right now, so let's go ahead and jump into the charts. Here we go. Listen, Mrs. Candles, I'm sorry we fought. I didn't want it to happen on camera. She's upset. She's upset, guys. It's okay. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this TA here. And Mrs. Candles, show him a hand. Come on, show him a hand. Show him a hand. I told you guys, she's got hands. Oh, they smell good. Smelly hands. Let's go. But let's go ahead and turn off our TA here, guys. And I'm just going to break down my general thoughts on the higher time frames here. Coming up to that weekly time frame, obviously, guys, not going to cover this too much just because we have covered it, a lot in the past here. But one of those things that does make me think that we could continue this move to the upside is that weekly money flow about to cross into the green. If you're new here, or if you just weren't paying attention last time, every time we have crossed into the green on the weekly money flow, it has marked that the bottom was in for Bitcoin. I do think it's much more likely that the bottom is in for the bear market than not. But, once we get that money flow crossover into the green, it's going to be, I'm feeling pretty confident that the bottom's in, even though I am leaning heavily towards the bottom being in right now. Once we get that weekly money flow crossover, not only will it make it very, 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 very likely that the bottom's in, but it is also going to, indicate a potential big move to the upside. So that is one major thing I'm looking at. Obviously, we do have that monthly green dot that we've covered. I mean, we talked about this a lot. This was another thing that has confirmed that the bottom is in, guys. Confirmed green dot here, or I'm sorry, confirmed green dot right here. Bottom came in a few months earlier, and then we got 2 green dots on this cycle here in 2015. We did get 2 green dots, right? But that first one did mark that the bottom was in. So I do think the bottom is more likely in because we did confirm that that green dot, and you could see that, potentially that bottom could have come in at about 15.5. A month before that green dot printed, or 2 months before that green dot printed. So just some of the things that are making me bullish, but mostly it is this weekly money flow, guys. We haven't really, that monthly green dot printed, we looked at that a while ago, but it's just kind of another thing in the macro, kind of just zooming out and taking a look at, if the bottom is in, something like that, you need to go to those higher time frames. But more locally, very, very bullish signal here with the money flow coming up. Taking a look at your 6-day, money flow is starting to look a little better. This is the only daily time frame that has bearish looking money flow, but it does look like it may want to roll back to the upside here. So something I'm watching very, very closely. Taking a look at your 5-day, VWAP is coming down, but money flow is crossed over into the green. Very bullish sign. And then we have money flow in the green on the 4-day, the 3-day, and the 2-day. And I want to talk about this 2-day in just a second, guys, because there is some interesting stuff happening on that time frame. But this money flow on the 3-day looks extremely bullish. So this is part of why I am leaning longer term bullish for Bitcoin, guys. I do think we will eventually make that run up to about, between about 30 to 32K, which is like, we basically wicked up there last night. We were at like 29, where'd this wick out to? About 29.4, so we basically got right up into that area, this previous area of consolidation, which is essentially that target, and it's like, hey, guys, like, we're basically there, right? We're basically there, but I do think we can actually fully get a whip up into this level and potentially hold that level as support, but there are some things that could, as you know, as we've been covering over the past few weeks, there are some things starting to shape up on the higher time frames that could call for a move down before a move up. You guys will probably like, I've heard you say that 400 times the past 2 weeks, Frankie, and that's because these things have been forming for quite some time, but they do take some time to play out, especially when these bearish signals are kind of on popping up on such high time frames, right? It does take time for these to play out and develop, but some of those things are here, guys, on the 2 and the 3-day. Starting here on the 3-day, we are starting to get a little bit of a bearish divergence here. Let me go ahead and there we go. Let me pull up a new chart here. Let's see. Pull up a fresh for you, a clean slate here. So there you go, right? This is not a clean slate. But whatever, we'll roll with the punches here. But on the 3-day here, actually, I guess this is clean. I can just remove all this. But yeah, taking a look here, guys, you do have the bearish divergence starting to form on the higher time frames, right? This is the 3-day time frame, and what is a you guys can see these trades here. Let me go ahead and sign out of this. These are paper trades, guys. Down $3,900 on this paper trade that I don't even know when I opened it. I think this was opened like, I don't know. It's on mask, so I guess it couldn't have been that long ago. But yeah, this has just been like running forever. But I was messing around last night with the tool that we were we'll get into it later. Maybe we'll do it again at the end of the stream. We'll do I'll have you guys play this little game on TradingView. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but there is some pretty cool stuff that you could do on TradingView with the paper trading. It makes it more like a game. Maybe we'll play it at the end of the show. But just taking a look here, we have higher highs on our price action with the lower highs on our momentum waves, and this is is a bearish divergence, guys. This is showing you that price is moving to the upside. However, your momentum is coming out, right? Now, this does typically warrant a correction to the downside because there is a discrepancy between that price action and the momentum. However, money flow is still coming up, so I am taking this, I wouldn't say with a grain of salt, but I am not taking it that, I'm not looking at this as a super scary signal, right? But we do have to pay attention because whether this winds up presenting itself as, just some consolidation before a move up, or if it winds up giving us a correction down before a move up, or if it's, either way, it could wind up being bearish, more bearish than I'm talking about right now, but we can't really call that yet because the money flow looks bullish, right? So once that money flow starts flowing out, maybe on the 2-day, and then starts leaking out into the 3-day, we really have to see this money flow start looking way more bearish for me to really think it's going to be a macro top signal. But it is definitely possible that this could give us a little bit more of a cool off, potentially to come back here and test some of these highs before getting another move back to the upside. So that is one of the main things I've been looking at here, guys, for the past couple of weeks. Obviously, we did have the same thing popping up on our 2-day, but if anybody's using Market Cypher, you will notice that we did get that 2-day green dot printing, which is very interesting, right? Because again, this would this could wind up invalidating this bearish divergence. However, we did get a lot of volatility last night, and that could be part of the reason why this 2-day green dot started to print, because we got that massive rip to the upside, which we're going to go over kind of what was going on there, but we'll do that in a little bit. But that green dot on the 2-day may have just printed because of that crazy volatility to the upside. So this is not confirmed, right? But if this does confirm, it could wind up bringing price up more, but it would have to come up pretty high to invalidate that bearish divergence, right? Like even if we came up here, you would still generally be coming out with your momentum. So just something to keep an eye on, but I'm not really paying attention to that green dot until it confirms, because if we wind up continuing down further and further here, as we are getting that little correction, this could wind up disappearing. But moving on down to the daily, we are printing that green dot. As you guys know, we were looking at this on yesterday's live stream, looking for that green dot to print, and we were kind of talking about yesterday, we were talking about how I am starting to think that maybe, just maybe, we could be setting up for this bearish divergence now on the daily, right? Because we already got a bearish divergence on the daily. If you switch to regular candles, you could see this right here, right? You had momentum, money flow. You have price coming to the upside with your momentum coming out. Well, I guess that bearish divergence was from here. And that's how we were able to call this move to the downside. Last time we were testing key resistance, we saw this signal with money flow coming out saying, hey, this is a pretty bearish sign. We may get a dump. And boom, we came right back down and then wound up continuing back up. But again, just to show you guys how powerful these bearish divergences can be, especially when the money flow is coming out, we did have this on the daily. It did give us the correction to the downside. But now with this push up, we could have basically just come up and done it again. And we may start to create a more local bearish divergence where you have your momentum wave come up like that, where you have your momentum coming down, and then you will have your price action making higher highs, which would be another bearish divergence, which could cause your correction back down to these levels, between about, we'll talk about the actual key level I'm looking at, but essentially we're just looking to revisit potentially these highs, maybe dip down a little bit and test these highs. But again, because of the money flow, the way the money flow looks on those higher daily time frames, I would expect this at this time, right? Things can change. We get new information on the charts every single day, right? So this can change by tomorrow. But as of right now, if we wind up getting something like this, I would expect it to be a small correction and then a bounce to the upside, not instantly thinking it's a big collapse to the downside because of the way the money flow looks on the higher time frames. But I would watch out for this to form, because if this winds up forming in the next couple of days, that could be a good indication that we are not ready to get a move up into those higher prices into the 30,000s. So this is the main bearish case that I am looking at, guys, and it is that bearish divergence looking to form on the daily with the confluence of that 2 and 3-day bearish divergence also printing. Or the 3 days not printing, but it is getting very close. This is likely going to print in the next day or so. If it doesn't print on the next candle, it will likely print on the next one, which will be 3 days after that. But that is kind of the big warning sign that I am giving people, right? Again, I do think we could continue higher, but we do have that bear div on the daily, the 2 and the 3 day, kind of just looming, right? So those are kind of the warning signs that we could come down a bit here. And then again, guys, we still have, we had money flow coming out into the red a little bit, but money flow is still generally trending to the downside on the 4 hour. On top of that, guys, we also have momentum coming out as price is basically, it's not clean, but as the momentum and the money flow is coming out, price has just been kind of pushing higher and higher, again, showing a discrepancy between that price action moving to the upside and your momentum and your money flow coming to the downside. Now, the money flow, guys, indicates money entering and exiting the asset, right? So if you have price going up and money, aka people, are leaving the asset, it kind of doesn't make sense for price to continue up if you have momentum and money flow coming out, right? So that's why these are such reliable trade signals. Now, obviously, you don't want to trade just based off of these, but that's why these are so reliable. It's because the discrepancy between that price action and literally the thing that pushes the price up, when those go opposite ways, it warrants that correction. I couldn't think of that word. But yeah, so again, not only is that stuff popping up on the daily, the 2 and the 3 day, we also have money flow coming out on these medium time frames. The one good thing about this is the medium time frames can turn around a lot quicker than a higher time frame, right? So this looks bearish. I would expect this, the way it looks right now, I would expect this to eventually cross into the red and potentially give us a little bit of a downtrend, again, coming maybe down to these levels around 25K, and then get a bounce to the upside. But again, money flow coming out on the 4 hour and momentum also coming out on the 4 hour. Generally, money flow is trending to the downside on the 2 hour as well. Let's take a look at the 6 hour. 6 hour red dot is printing. Your 8 hour red dot is looking to print very soon. I believe your 30-minute money flows in the red. It is. So this next I'll be careful this next 30-minute red dot. It could wind up bringing you a little bit deeper to the downside. But that is basically the major things, the major bearish things I'm looking at, guys, right now. But I will go ahead and kind of pull up this. I'll pull up the levels now, and we'll kind of take a look at what we have going on locally and what we could expect in the next day or so, right? Because that's kind of more macro. The daily takes a little bit. The daily takes a little bit to play out. The 2 day takes even longer. The 3 day takes even longer than that. But again, there is confluence here. Money flow on the medium hourly time frames, bear divs on the higher dailies, right? So this could wind up bringing us down. But let's take a look at kind of what happened last night, guys. Look at this. Why? I thought, oh, God, I got to get out of this one too. Unbelievable. Let me turn this off. Boom. Okay, that didn't turn it off. Go ahead and come on. What's going on here? There we go. Okay, now it's gone. But anyway, guys, last night we had this crazy volatility, this weird little pop to the upside. Super, super interesting. I'm going to come down to the 1 minute real quick because I saw this happening live. I was zoomed all the way in on the 1 minute time frame, and I sent this picture to the Discord. We came up and we started touching the door to 30K, as you can see right here. And I just sent a picture of this with eye emojis, and I was like, huh, interesting. Are we going to break through the door? And then literally as I sent it, it was pushing and pushing and pushing. And then it just mooned. And I was like, oh, my God, what is going on right now? And it absolutely just mooned. I took some more profits off my long up here. But, yeah, super, super interesting pump last night. And there were some things, guys. There was a whole, I think it was like $1.4 million in short liquidations that caused that move to the upside. Yeah, I might bring up some other things that were kind of hinting to that move up. Yeah, I might bring something up. There was something very specific that I was looking at on coinalyze.net that was kind of indicating that move up was going to happen. And I was looking at that, and I was like, this looks like it might pop to the upside. And it did. It just, it was like literally like as I was thinking, I'm like, I feel confident this is going to go up. And then I didn't expect it to explode like that, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, it just absolutely ripped. So maybe we'll check that out towards a little bit deeper into the stream here. But let's cover some of those key levels that I am looking at, guys. Now, obviously, we were trading in this local range, right? Kind of just trading in this local range. And then, obviously, you guys know we were looking at some longs down here in that premium Discord, and we got that move up to our value area high. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Really happy with how that one played out. And then it even ran more last night. Again, the beauty of trading these volume profiles, guys. You have the value area high, the value area low, and then the POC in the middle, that pink line right there. And these are amazing ranges to trade, guys, because we know when we, and I'm going to talk about this till I'm blue in the face, guys, because this is the sauce. This is the sauce, guys. This is, once you come down to the lows of the range, right? You will go from the lows, shoot to the highs. When you get to the highs, if you could get bearish confirmations, it is likely that you come back to the low. And then if you hit the low, it's likely you come to the high, and so on and so forth, right? And these levels do move. You can see we did not make it all the way to the high there. You just made it to the POC, but that's why you don't just blindly trade the levels. But more often than not, guys, when you hold support on the value area low, you do get the move up to the value area high, and vice versa. As you can see, obviously nothing is perfect. Price action is very messy. Again, we did not get all the way up there at this time, but more often than not, it does wind up playing out, especially if you're trading with those confirmations. But that's what we were looking down here. We were saying, hey, we just got kind of kicked out of this range a little bit. And, if we got some bullish confirmations and we said, hey, we got the bullish confirmations, it's very likely that we get a move back into this range. And if we could get up here and flip this value area low to support, that is likely where we will get this move to the value area high. And boom, we caught that trade beautifully. And then again, it ran, right? And the reason I bring that up is because all we were looking for here was a short scalp up to, or a long scalp, but I meant like a short-term scalp. So just a short-term little scalp up to your value area high. But the beauty of this, guys, is if this was looking kind of bullish up here, right? We were kind of just consolidating, continually tapping our head on that value area high, kind of letting us know that price wanted to bust through. And if we wound up running up to 32K here, say, you would have had an amazing entry point all the way back here, all the way down here where we were looking at it in the premium Discord, right? So that, hey, worst case, you get stopped out for a small loss. Common case, right? Like more often than not, you're likely to get that scalp up to the value area high, and if not, you're very likely to at least get to the POC. 4.5% move, definitely a profitable move. But then you're eventually expecting yourself to get up to the value area high, and then if the trade runs, you can hold a little bit of a moon bag, take some of your profit here, move your stop loss to your entry, or move your stop loss into profit if you wanted, and then just continue to trail your stop loss and kind of just ride this thing up as it takes off. And that's how you turn a single or a double into an absolute grand slam trade. You don't want to go for grand slams or home runs all the time. You just want to go for the singles and the doubles. You want to get a little money here. Boom. Lock it out, right? Boom. Get another little trade. You got bearish confirmations up here. Short it to the value area low. You tap the value area low. Go for another scalp long, right? Obviously with your confirmations, not just blindly trading these levels, but the reason that is so good is because you're just looking, nice little short, nice little long, nice little short, nice little long, nice little short, what have you. And then when price runs, you wind up just let it run, just letting it run, right? And then again, moving your stop loss. So you lock in those profits and it's a risk-free trade. So super, guys, that's the sauce. If you are new here, if you are new to the Candle Mafia or you're new to the Frankie Candles live stream, take notes. And if you're going to take anything away from the stream, please take that away because this is one of the most powerful trading tools you could possibly use. And I don't say that. People are probably like, he's sponsored. I'm not. It's a free tool on TradingView. I think you have to have maybe a premium account to use the fixed range volume profile, but the visible range volume profile, which is essentially the same tool, is free on TradingView, right? You can't be sponsored by this. Just a free tool. But it works. That's why I push it to you guys, because my goal is to teach you how to become a profitable trader, not keep you a slave to my technical analysis, right? Now, let's talk about some of these levels. We obviously got rejected here at these highs, and we got a little bit of a move down. And now we're kind of kissing and kind of like just canoodling with this POC here. But again, because we've come below the value area high, bearishly retested, well, what do you know? Yellow X confirmation. We talk about this all the time. You get a bearish rejection, confirmation of the yellow X. That's typically where you get the breakdown. So the fact that, and just the simple fact that we are below the value area high, means that we are likely getting accepted back into this area of balance, and we will likely get a move below the POC and eventually come down to our value area low. Now, when we get down to this value area low, guys, this is, again, just treating this like a sideways range. When we were down here, I was saying, hey, if we come up in here, I'm expecting to come to the value area high, and then when we get to the value area high, if it looks bullish, I will hold my long and get a run up to higher prices. And if we break down and get back below the value area high, that's where I'm looking for a move back down to our value area low. And can you guess what I'm going to do when we get to the value area low? That's right. I'm going to be looking for longs, right? And if we could get long confirmations down at this level, which, again, is your value area low, I'm going to treat it just like I would treat it down here and over here and over here, looking for that move first to the POC and eventually to the value area high, and then hopefully one day through this level and up to much higher prices for Bitcoin. Now, what are those higher prices? If say we don't get none of these bearish signals play out. Let's say that 2-day bear div, that 3-day bear div, that daily bearish divergence, let's say that never even prints, it doesn't pop up at all, and things just go crazy like last night, which doesn't look like a big move in hindsight. We were on the 1-minute chart, but, if we do get that big move up, and we don't get that big correction that I am looking for and prepared for, right? If we do wind up just getting a rip to the upside, what are those levels, right? The levels we need to get above. You guys will know if you watch the live stream. Number one, we need to get above this previous value area low, which is coming in at about $28,755. Once we get above that level, we can flip this to support, and once that happens, it will open up the door to get a move up to our POC coming in at $30,000. Once we get up to this POC, guys, I will be looking for shorts, right? Not looking to short this thing down to 13K. I'm looking to scalp short it down to the bottom of the range, right? But really the key here is getting above this point, this previous value area low, and holding it as support. And then again, you hold it as support. I said this last night on the live stream. Just like how I was talking about with this scalp trade 2 seconds ago, we wanted price to come in, hold support on the value area low, and that's where you go to the value area high. That's exactly what happened. If you watch this live stream, you will know this happens very often. We always go back over our what we previously talked about to see if it played out or not. And just like we were looking for a flip of this value area low to support to get that move up to the value area high, we're looking for the same thing here, right? Except the range, the value area high and value area low we're looking at is just coming from a previous range from back here. But I've marked those levels out. This is your previous value area low. This is your previous POC. And then your previous value area high is down here at the bottom of this purple box. So we're looking for the exact same thing, guys. We're looking to flip that white line, this line right here, at 28,000, about 28.8K. If we can hold 28.8K, that will again be our signal, just like it was down here, to get the move up to the value area high, and eventually that would open up the door to come up and test the bottom of this purple box at $31,170. Now, obviously, you will likely find a little bit of resistance on that POC if this does wind up playing out, but eventually, right, price action's always messy, right? You might kind of go bing, bong, up, down, up, kind of play around, and then you might hang out here, come up, and then down, but eventually you're expecting to come up to that value area high, even though sometimes it is messy. So those are the next targets to the upside, guys. But again, with those bearish things that we're seeing pop up on those higher time frames, I don't know if we're ready to shoot up in here, especially because we came in, right? We broke above this level last night. We had that big, when we had that short liquidation, that $1.4 million in short liquidations coming up in here, and we could not hold that support, and we got rejected to the downside, which, by the way, was a short setup given in the kitchen or the premium Discord, whatever you like to say. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful short from, I think the actual level that we were looking to short was here, but we knew what we were looking for, looking at the volume profiles, and that has wound up playing out beautifully. But that is basically the higher levels that I am looking at, guys. And now let's go ahead and unfortunately cover the bearish case, because there is a bearish case here, and I would actually say that there's probably, on a technical level, this is not just my opinion. I mean, I guess it is technically my opinion based off of my analysis. But this, I'm not just saying that I'm leaning bearish because I want it to go down, even though I do want it to go down. I just laid out all the reasons I'm leaning bearish. It does not mean it's 100% going to play out, but the technicals would be calling for it to be more likely for a pullback, a further pullback at least, before getting a break through these levels. Now, what happens if that daily, 2-day, 3-day bearish divergence wind up playing out in a big way and getting a big move to the downside. The key levels that I am going to be watching, guys, I'm going to come up to a higher time frame to get a better look at this, spawn all the volume, and let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'm going to go ahead and hide market cipher A, and let's go ahead and take a look. Now, again, this is a very, very big level to watch. Again, if you watch the live streams, honestly, guys, for the past, it's been boring, right? I mean, well, it's not boring for the CandleMafia because we've been range trading the absolute heck out of this range here. But essentially, from here, like for the past 13 days, guys, we've just been going sideways. Like when you just zoom out to a reasonable time frame, like the 4-hour, like there's nothing going on here, right? We're just range trading, which is great. But it doesn't make for good YouTube content, right? If we do wind up getting a break of this range, and again, I will be looking for longs at that value area low. There are some really interesting levels down here that we have confluence with, but maybe we'll show that in a minute. But, if we do get that move down to the bottom of the range, I will be looking for longs. However, here's a perfect example of why we trade these ranges, guys, because if we wind up coming down, right, and we come down from the bottom of this range, right, what just happened? Okay, what is going on? Somebody's taking over my computer. I'm being hacked, guys. I'm being hacked. But yeah, if we get a move down to the bottom of this range, what I will be looking at is, again, longs at the value area low. But if we wind up not getting any confirmations for longs, I will not take a long, and I will hold the short that I'm in from up here just because we're scalp trading the range. And if we get a bigger move down, that little scalp trade will turn into a longer-term grand slam swing trade, right? And that's how you can – that makes your P&L essentially tiny loss, tiny loss, tiny loss. You could have 10 tiny losses and 5 big wins and still be profitable by trading like this. So you could literally have small loss, small loss, small loss, small win, small loss, small win, giant win, small loss, giant win, small loss, small loss, giant win, small win, giant win, right? So yeah, sure, you got some red on your P&L, but who cares if your losses are $5 and your winners are $5,000? Obviously, those numbers are random, but it doesn't matter, right? Like the idea is just to stay profitable. Obviously, you want to have as many green trades as possible, but you're inevitably going to lose trades. I wouldn't get caught up on the red and green trades. Rather pay more attention to, keeping your losses small and your wins big. Now, if you're losing 80% of your trades, maybe the problem is somewhere else. Again, if we come down here, I'm going to say it one more time because I think this can help you guys, right? Like, I want to give you valuable, actionable advice here. Or not advice, no, not financial advice, but, TA advice. But yeah, I want to give you guys something actionable that you can go practice right after this stream, right? So, again, come down to the bottom of the range. I'm not panicking. I'm actually looking for support here. So everyone's like, oh my God, we're coming down. I'm scared. And I'm like, oh, hang on. I see long opportunity. Bang. Right? So that's how I'm not going to miss that move to the upside because, again, I am leaning a little bit more bearish because of the way the higher time frames are. And I might wind up being wrong about that, but don't get it twisted, guys. If say we are wrong about that, right, and we just get that move up, I am likely going to be in that long position from the bottom of this range. Maybe I'm not, right? I'm not going to get every single trade, but I just want, I'm not focused on being right. I don't care about being right because I know for a fact that I can't 100% be right. So why would I even try to chase that unicorn, right? Is that what they say? I don't know. That's why I'm just set up for the bearish and the bullish case, and I'm going to make money either way. And that's the way that, most traders would want to do it. So, again, everyone's freaking out here. I'm looking for longs, but if I don't get the long confirmations, I'm, again, going to be riding that short all the way from the top of the range. And I'm telling you right now, it's the best way to trade, in my opinion. I love it. So, but again, next major level I will be looking at right here. I wouldn't say a major level, but about $26,265. Going to be a decent level to take a look at. And again, you're kind of testing these wicks that you came up and made up here. And let's see. Let's go. VRVP. I know it's the VPVR, guys. They keep saying VRVP. I call it the VPVR. Sue me. I'm just kidding, guys. But, this level here, you do have a little bit of a little spike in volume here. So you may get a little turbulence here. So this is going to be a level that I'm looking at. But really the major level that I want to see touched is if we come down here, guys, I will be looking to add to my swing long. to add to my swing long to get that big move up. Because if we are going to come down for a correction before getting that massive move up, I think this is going to be a very, very big area of interest, because not only is it your value area high of our macro range here, or our more macro range here, and a lot of times price likes to go tap those levels before going higher, but not only is it that, but it is also, you can see here, right? We are, let me get rid of some of these lines real quick. Boom, 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 boom. And there you go, right? Something to realize here, guys, is we are ranging up here. Look at the volume. High volume node, right? We're sticking to the high volume node. Price attracts to these high volume nodes and likes to hang out on them, right? But once you lose this high volume node and you lose this value area, price will likely come down and seek the next high volume node, which is technically coming in right here at about $25,000, right? And then again, it's also your value area high. And again, it could wind up happening pretty quickly, because look at the gap between these high volume nodes. High volume node, gap. And a lot of times through these gaps, guys, you get quick moves up and quick moves down, as you can see by this move up right here, right? We flew right through that low volume gap on the way up. So if we break down, we may fly right through there to come tap that $25,000 level, in the same way that we got that move up. Now, there are some other really key levels that I'm looking at to the downside, guys, and one of those is going to be, if we go ahead and grab our CME gap indicator here, you can see we have a CME gap down here between about about 20K, right? 20K, and then, between about 20K and 20,800. But there you go. There's our CME gap right now. I forget the actual statistics, but I'm pretty sure it's like 95% of all CME gaps get filled. 70% of CME gaps get filled within 2 weeks. So that does not mean that we're guaranteed to come fill this gap. But, we could wind up going up into our next bull market, and we won't go fill that gap until, maybe the next bear market or something like that. But who knows if we even get back down to these prices ever again after the next bull market. But this will be another interesting level to look at. And, something that really piques my interest here is, if we get down here, guys, people are going to be screaming for zero. The bears, I told you, 3K incoming. But the thing to realize here, guys, is not only do you have the CME gap here, but what do you have right above it? You have the value area low of your macro range, right? So if we get a move below the 25K level, let's say we come down. Let me get rid of some of these drawings. Boom, 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 boom. And here we go, right? So let's say we get that move down, right? Boom, 25K, can't hold 25K. Our next likely stop is going to be the POC, which is typical if you're looking at volume profiles. We also have a local golden pocket of this entire move. When you pull from the low all the way to the high, your local golden pocket does come in there, which is a very common retracement level. So we'll be looking for longs there as well. But because it's the middle of this range and we would be below the value area high at that time, I would expect this POC to eventually break and bring us down to the value area low, which not only would give us an opportunity to get down to the lows of the range to look for long positions, but it also gives us an opportunity to potentially wick down and fill that CME gap coming in at about 20K, right? So that is, again, everyone's going to be super bearish here. Oh, my God, the collapse, right? But to me, all I see is support on the value area low and a CME gap. Now, if we wind up coming down here and things look bearish on the charts, obviously I'm not going to just long it for no reason. You got to look for your confirmations. You have to have a trading plan. You can't just, as soon as I get to this level, I'm going long. That's not how it works. It's not that easy. Although, once in a while it will work, but it's not really a sustainable way to trade. But that is going to be a very, very, very key level to watch, especially because everyone's going to be getting overly bearish at that time. I'm telling you right now, when we get down here, people will be calling for zero. But again, when everyone's screaming for one thing, usually the price does the opposite, right? We didn't see 100K, and in my opinion, especially if things keep going the way they're going, everyone was calling for 12 to 14K. Now, we were looking at 12 to 14K. Now, we weren't saying, I wasn't calling for, and I don't want this to come off like I never say when I'm wrong, right? We weren't calling for 12 to 14K, but we obviously, I thought the bottom was going to be in the mid to low 20s with a panic wick down to about 18K. I thought that was my bottom call. I said, listen, if we get down to 20, retest the previous all-time high, get a wick down to 18K, I think that could be the bottom. But so we wound up being a little bit off on that. I mean, decently off, right? We wound up coming down to 15.5. But once, and ever since we were looking at the bottom, I said, mid to low 20s with a panic wick down to 18K. And if we get down there and things look bearish, we will find lower price targets. And then that's where we looked. Where's the next price target? 12 to 14K. So if we get down there, that would be the next price target. But I wasn't saying like we're definitely going down there. I'm a very agnostic trader, right? All traders should be agnostic, right? You could have your emotional bias, right? Like I want price to go down because I want to buy more cheap Bitcoin, right? But I'm not making trading decisions just based off that emotion. So that's how you want to trade. Keep your emotions out of it. Dave Digital, I see your question, brother. I will get to you in a second. I see Mrs. Candles in there. I can't wait to see what it says. But yeah, so again, between 25.3 and 25K is going to be the first major level with that big shelf of volume. If we get below there, I will be looking for support at your POC. But really, if price starts melting down, that 3-day bear div starts really playing out, if it prints and confirms, this would be the last level where I'm thinking we may be able to get a move back up through this range. But if we lose this level, guys, it is going to be very, very bearish in my opinion because if we wind up breaking below this value area low, you don't have to go much further to break into this low volume gap. And if we crack this level at $19,200, it is likely that Bitcoin may actually come back down to the 15,000s. And in that case, then maybe we could start entertaining some lower lows. But until that happens, I do think it is much more likely that the bottom is in. So I will be looking at these higher prices. But those are the three main levels that I am looking for, guys. And not just the levels, but the reason why I'm looking at the levels. Not just these are my special levels. This is a trend line. This is a level of support. I like to give you guys a little bit of x-ray vision behind the levels to show you why we are looking at these actual levels. Is it a golden pocket? Is it a 786? Is it a high volume node? Is there a shelf of volume there? Is it a CME gap, right? So there you go, guys. Those are the major levels I am looking for. Again, going to have to lean a little bit more bearish with the way money flow is looking on the 4-hour and the higher daily time frames. When new information comes in and things start looking a little bit better, I will go ahead and keep you guys updated as we are here every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And guys, I don't say this a lot, but if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscription. Okay, maybe don't, because I just said hit that subscription button. I've never heard anybody say that. Hit that subscribe button, guys, if you have not already. I did notice that there is a good percentage of our viewers that don't subscribe, which is interesting. Maybe they just don't have a YouTube account. I don't know. But if you're not already, smash that subscribe button, guys. And if you hit the subscribe button, might as well hit the like button too. I won't make you hit the notification bell, but if you don't want to miss any of these urgent market updates that we do, or any of these beautiful live streams that we do with the beautifulest community on the YouTubes, the CandleMafia, go ahead and hit the notification bell too. But anyway, I'll be honest, I don't hit the notification bell on any YouTube channels. But hey, that's just me. I'm just kidding, guys. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I'm just kidding. But that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys. How long we've been going for? We're doing it pretty good on time. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick look at Ethereum. And while we're looking at Ethereum, guys, go ahead and drop your altcoin requests in the chat. Rob the Crypto Snob will go ahead and gobble up all those altcoins, and he'll spit out the result of the votes, and he'll let me know which altcoins we're going to be looking at tonight. Let's see what Dave Digital said, because he did ask a question, and when Dave Digital asks a question, you're either going to wind up laughing or you're going to wind up crying. But let's find out. Let's see. Dave Digital, shout out to you. He says, question, did you cry a little when Mrs. Candles was walking down the aisle? No, when the postman brought her up the drive. Did you cry a little? Did you? Dave, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure why the mailman would be talking to Mrs. Candles. I hope the mailman's not talking to Mrs. Candles. And why would the mailman bring her? Are you saying the mailman would carry her? That would be a little weird. Mrs. Candles is in the room. Mrs. Candles, how do you feel about that? She's looking really shiny today. Should we do a foot reveal? Mrs. Candles foot reveal? While you guys are putting those altcoins in the chat, let's go ahead and do a quick little Mrs. Candles foot reveal. All right, get up. Come on. Kick the leg up there. Kick the leg up there, Mrs. Candles. Come on. Oh, there we go, guys. Mrs. Candle's foot reveal. Oh, Mrs. Candle's foot reveal. Look at that. Ooh, oh, yeah. She's got, oh, God, get out of here, Mrs. Candles. Get out of here. Get out of here. Come on. Maybe one day. He is Devo Legend. Shout out to Dave Digital. But yeah, he's oh no. Oh no, did I just lose internet? What just happened? I just lost chat, guys. Hopefully I'm still live. I don't know if we're still live. This is a nightmare. But guys, let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum while I nervously wait for YouTube to load back up. Hopefully the stream didn't go down. The SEC is trying to take me down. All right, let's see. Frankie's heart will not be deflated that easily, guys. Shout out to Julio. Let's go. Oh, God. Oh, you guys are funny. Shout out to Half Nut wants Algorand. OP, Steven Atwell wants OP. What's up, Steven? How you doing, brother? Thank you for being here. Shout out to BG. I said BJ, but it's BG. Shout out to BG. Will, what is going on? Cyber Splash, what is going on? Welcome back in, bro. Wahid, good to see you. Cozy Babe, how you doing, Cozy Babe? Cozy Babe's the female CandleMafia member. We love all our female Mafia members. Let's go. Shout out to Metabytes, Walking Dead, Skywalker. Let's go. BG. Kyle, and let's see, Jazz CR. What is going on? But guys, let's go ahead and take a look at our Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, jumping in here. Now, I don't know what this is. I wonder if this looks like it was a prediction. Is this a prediction? Did we write anything? We didn't write anything. Usually these are predictions. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but we'll get rid of it. But taking a look at Ethereum, guys, you know, the levels on Ethereum are kind of the same deal as Bitcoin. And it's basically, you know, it looks a little different, right? But I'm kind of looking at this blue box as a similar box to that. Well, yeah, let's see. If we get a move down, guys, this is going to be a very, very key level, right? Because, again, very similar to Bitcoin, it is the value area high of our macro range, right? So if Ethereum winds up breaking below this level, guys, I would expect price to drop down to at least the point of control at about $1,641. Now, the one thing you do have going for you is this is a massive volume node, right? This is a very, very, very high volume node. Very high volume node here. So, you know, I would be careful for a potential, if you do break this level, be careful of like a wick down into here, similar to what happened right here. I would be careful because you do have a big chunky bit of volume down here. So I would be very careful for those wicks. However, if we do wind up getting a breakdown below this level and cannot get back above it, that's where I expect to drop down to your POC. And then once you start losing the POC, you might get a drop down to your value area low or this local golden pocket. We'll call it the blue box. Get below the value area high, likely going to see the POC, and then once you break that POC, you're likely going to get a move down to your blue box, in which case I will be looking for longs down here, or I don't typically trade Ethereum, so at this time, I'll probably be looking for longs on Bitcoin, but if I were big on trading Ethereum, I would be looking at longs for around at this blue box, right? So that is, I mean, essentially, guys, pretty simple on Ethereum. Now, looking at, actually, Ethereum has been front-running Bitcoin quite a bit on the signals, right? So we could kind of take a look at our daily. You could see that VWAP is starting to roll over on the daily. Do we have the bearish divergence is the question. Not really. Not really. We'd have to come up a little. I'd feel more comfortable if we could come up higher here on Ethereum before calling that a clean bearish divergence. But yeah, I would like to see some higher candles up here. But you know, if that VWAP does roll over, we would look for something similar that's happening on Bitcoin. 2-day green dot is printing here. So we did get the 2-day green dot, but you know, you do still have your price making those higher highs with your momentum waves making those lower lows. And yeah, that is technically, but that green dot, again, be careful with that green dot because it can wind up, you know, again, even if this green dot prints and confirms and comes all the way up here, right, you could still have that bearish divergence print. But this one that we're looking at right now could temporarily invalidate until you get that next red dot, but then you may just have another bearish divergence. So just be careful with that green dot on the 2-day. Taking a look at your 3-day, same deal. You are looking for a bearish divergence to print here on Ethereum. So we definitely have some pretty bearish signs popping up on the higher daily time frames. But again, I would just be very careful because we are in a very bullish trend, and I would expect those bearish divergences to go ahead and either present themselves as a little bit of consolidation or even just a little bit of a move down. And I will say here, guys, a lot of people are, every time we do a poll in the past week or so, the polls have been almost 50-50 every single day. So a lot of indecision in the market. If I had to vote on this, I would lean bearish, guys. I am leaning a little bit more bearish in the medium term, right? Like short term, 15-minute, 1 hour chart, ups and downs, sure. But when we're looking at, kind of just zooming out here and looking at us, either on Bitcoin or Ethereum testing key resistance, I do see us coming down before going up. But hey, I've been wrong before. I could be wrong again. But we are right way more than we're wrong. But just understand, I don't want anyone just betting their whole house on a short or something. 100x short. Frankie Candle said it's going down. But yeah. Anyway, those are the levels I would watch, right? Just kind of looking at our local ranges here. But again, looking very, very, very similar to Bitcoin in a lot of ways on the indicators. Can't really get any leading indications here on Ethereum today. But yeah. There you go. I would expect to kind of just range around until maybe we get a breakdown. But let's go ahead and continue on. When Frankie foot review. Hey, you guys want to see my feet? Let's go. All coin votes are in and being counted. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Thank you for that, my brother. Thank you for that, my brother. We got 915 people in here, guys. Go ahead and smash that like button and get us to at least 850 likes, guys. If we get 850 likes, we're giving away 1 month of the free premium Discord to one lucky CandleMafia member, and I'll spin the wheel 15 times, giving you guys at least, I would say, 8 to 10 crypto giveaways. So 8 to 10 crypto giveaways. So let's go. Let's see. Jessica says crystal ball. Oh, maybe. Let's go. Shout out to Jessica. All right, here we go. XRP. Let's go ahead and take a look at XRP, as XRP has speaking of why did I click that? Oh, God, guys, XRP2. This is the new XRP, and it's going to zero very, very quickly, guys. I'm just kidding. I don't. This is on stocks for some reason. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at XRP, guys, as XRP has gotten a very, very, very nice move to the upside. Taking a look at the daily. Now, let me know where it's so funny. I got a comment on my video the other day, and someone said, throw the X up. When did that cringe start? Sir, I've been that cringy since I started my YouTube channel, okay? Let me be cringe, okay? Plus, if you think the XRP, take it up with the XRP army. I wouldn't call them cringe if I were you. I've met a lot of these, yeah, I'm friends with the supreme leader. So, yeah, you don't want to mess with these XRP guys. Trust me. But let's continue on here. And by the way, throw that X up if you're in the XRP army. Let's go. But anyway, taking a look here. Obviously, guys, XRP has been showing up and showing out. Super, super exciting, and it is flashing a mega bullish signal. And I'm gonna stand by it, guys. We put it on the thumbnail the other day. XRP showing mega bullish signal, and that's not clickbait. That's me saying there is you guys know, I like to be agnostic. I don't like to just be like, oh my God, this is the most bullish thing ever. This is a very bullish signal. This is no joke. This is like the last time I felt this good about any signal, bullish or bearish, is the weekly blood diamond on Bitcoin. That was the last. Oh, there's the short from the premium Discord. There we go. But anyway, here, weekly, turn off the TA. Look at this. I was calling this. I was like, this is bearish, guys. And everyone made fun of me. And then it dumped. And I was like, see, I told you guys. And they were all like, what are you talking about, bro? We don't care. And I was like, I just got like bullied out of, I was like, I tried to help you guys. And it was whatever. But anyway, guys, this is like, I would consider this signal on XRP almost as strong as a weekly blood diamond. The weekly blood diamond on Bitcoin. This is like giving me weekly blood diamond vibes, right? Now, which is ironic because the weekly blood diamond that recently popped up on XRP didn't play out, but we weren't really looking at it. Anyway, guys, the weekly money flow is crossing over into the green on XRP only on the regular candles, but this is happening. And if this is a legitimate crossover into the green, now it's a little too soon to like really go gung-ho in like go super. Hey, there's the XRP army. Let's go. I see you guys out there. Crypto Crabman, James, Nate Anderson. Frankie pulls his fib. Let's go. Shout out to Captain Donato Cabrera. Let's get it. I see you guys. Blood diamonds in chat. Green dots in chat. Let's go. But yeah, money flow crossover into the green on regular candles, guys. If this is a legitimate crossover and not a fake out, like it was, where is it? Back here, right? We came into the green and then back into the red to continue down to lower lows. As long as it's not a fake out like this, then I would expect this money flow crossover into the green. Somebody clip it, but only show it if we're right. If we're wrong, delete the clip, obviously. I'm just kidding, guys. Yeah, if this is a real money flow crossover and not a fake out like we got here, this could be the mega bullish signal for XRP. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go to $100, $589 or $2,000 or $10,000, but it's like the most exciting. This is like the only weekly money flow crossover into the green that I've seen on a on a reasonably high market cap coin, right? So that is mega bullish, and the reason why, I'll tell you why I don't think this, I think this is way more likely to be a legitimate crossover than a fake out like we saw right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me zoom in on that. Because you can sometimes get a fake out into the green, right? So money flow comes into the red, and then you come back into the green. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's bullish. And then it comes right back into a bigger red wave, right? But we talk about this a lot. Something I want to show you guys, we talked about this yesterday, is I wouldn't have been shocked. Like, if we were back in this time, I would have assumed that this was going to be a fake out. And the reason being was because we were coming out of a massive bull market, right? Money flow was in the green for so long back here during that big pump in price. For 435 days, we were in the green on the weekly money flow, right? So that was getting ready to spend some time in the red. So here, we're in a completely different situation, right? Here, we were in the green throughout the whole bull market, right, for almost 589. That's pretty weird, right? But for 567 days, guys, we were in the green with the money flow, and now we have already spent a ton of time in the red, right? We've already spent almost a year, like 315 days in the red money flow on the weekly. So I do think that this is going to be much more likely that this is a legitimate money flow crossover. Honestly, if we were going to get a fake out into the green, I feel like it probably would have come into the red, and it probably would have faked you out right here into the green and then back into the red. So I do think there is a better chance that this is a legitimate money flow crossover, which could be very, 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 very bullish for XRP. Now, taking a look at some of the key levels we need to keep our eye on. If you own any XRP or you're looking to trade it, these levels are probably going to be a decent thing to keep in mind. Now, as you guys know, we were looking for this breakout, and we actually called it on a morning market update and on a live stream. The signals were there, right? And basically, the big barrier we had to get around was this previous value area that we had back here between about 49 cents or 50 cents and about 45 cents. And we were saying, hey, because we have this value area, this volume profile back here, these levels are likely going to get respected again. And we said if you could get above, obviously we kind of wicked up there for a second, but that was very volatile. But we were saying if you could get above that value area low, hold it as support. Let me zoom in. If we can, let me delete that. Whoops. If we could get above that value area low and hold it as support, that is where we may be able to get a move up to the POC, which was coming in at 46 cents, and then the value area high at about 50 cents, right? And what happened? We came right up to that level. We hopped into the value area. We got a move to the POC, right? And I do want to point this out because I want to show you guys that these levels do get respected still, right? We pulled these levels from all the way back here in 2022 in October, and these levels are still respected, right? We could come down to a lower time frame, and you could see it even better, right? So we come up, right? Bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong. We hold support, come up. We lose the POC. We come up. We hold this POC as support, and then we come up to the value area high. We got stuck up here for a second, and then boom, we blasted off, right? And what caused us to break that level and get a fast move up? Well, that's when you pull up your volume, guys. You can pull up your visible range, volume profile, zoom out a little bit, see where all your volume is, let it spawn, and we knew, right? Again, just looking at the volume profiles, look at this massive high volume node. This is a big area of volume. Price stuck around here for a long time, but once you lose the value area, once you leave that high volume node, once you leave this high volume node, Look what was above you, a massive low volume gap. There is nothing holding you back from flying through this level. That is why price just ripped all the way up like that. It's because of the low volume gap. Now, that's exactly how we knew if we broke this high that we would fly up to our next target, which was 56 cents. And the reason for that is if you zoom out and look at where your volume was, what do you have? You have another, right? This was your next little high volume node from this range right here. Once you break that range, you have another fall off in volume almost all the way up to 60 cents. And what happened when we broke that level? Boom, we absolutely flew through the low volume gap, right? This is the sauce, guys. This is the sauce. Bing bong. Let's go. This is literally the sauce, guys. And we're not even charging for it. But I would never do that to you guys. We're here to learn, and I generally get paid in people messaging me saying, hey, dude, you said something on the live stream tonight. I know it wasn't a big thing, but you just mentioned this 100 times, and it finally clicked for me. Thank you. And that is all the payment I need to teach, right? Anyway, that is the sauce, guys. That's how, if you watch these live streams, if you watch the morning market updates, you will know we were talking about this stuff. We showed the clips of it, right? It's not because I'm some magical person or some mathematical genius or some kind of I have some kind of crystal ball. I'm showing you guys how we do this, right? We're not gatekeeping out here. So that's why we knew we were going to come up. We barely missed that 60-cent mark, but beautiful, beautiful run up for XRP, and we are starting to hold. Oh no. TradingView has encountered a critical error. Restart it, baby. Restart it. Got rugged there, guys. Got rugged there. All right. And we're back. It's time. Introducing first, fighting. I'm on one today, guys. I only drank like half a can of cactus moss water, but here we go. Back in the charts here, right? So our next major level to the upside to watch is going to be 60 cents, guys. Expect a decent bit of resistance here. It is a very, very, very psychological number. You're going to have a lot of people with those limit orders set at that nice even number of 60 cents, and you better believe there are a lot of people holding XRP that, guys, what is happening to TradingView? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and close Discord. I'm going to close everything. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to throw an extra fan on my computer because it is 100 degrees in here. Okay. We're back. Okay. But anyway, yeah, next level, it's going to be a psychological level, guys, at 60 cents. And plus, you have a lot of people holding XRP that might not want to hold XRP anymore, right? You're going to have people that held it for a long time. It hasn't done anything. And then they're probably going to sell it, and then it's probably going to rip right after they sell it. It's usually right where you want to give up. That's usually where things start going nuts. But that 60 cents level, that 60-cent level is going to be your next major level to be keeping an eye on. Taking a look at your 6, and then obviously you do have this little area consolidation that you're going to get caught up on. But I would say 60 cents here, that is, you're essentially testing these lows, all of these lows that held all the way through all of this time. So again, it's likely going to be a very, very resistant level. So let me I'm going to go ahead and draw this as a bit of a range here. But yeah, I would say, yeah, this is, it's going to be a challenge to get above this white box, guys. But if you get above this white box, let's pull a little bit of, let's just pull a little bit of volume on this and see where our levels are. Okay, let's pull it actually down to here. Boom, right? Yeah, I figured. Value area low, again, is coming in right at the top of this white box, right? So you know what that means. Just like we were looking at on Bitcoin, guys, just like we were looking at on Bitcoin, we are likely to see if you could get above this white box and hold it as support. That is where you will likely be accepted back into this area of balance, and that is where you're likely going to get a move up to your POC. And looking at this volume gap right here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the volume on the right side of the screen as well. Notice that between this, the value area low right here and about, basically where that point of control is, there is a decent fall off in volume, so it may be a quick move. And you can see you've moved through this quick area a few times, right? Quick move up, right? Quick move up, right? Quick move up, quick move down, quick move down, right? So that's due to the low volume in this area. You could see the gap in the histogram here, right? So expect, if we hold above that value area low, to potentially see price get moving pretty quickly towards that POC, getting close to 82 cents. Dare I say that one day we will get back up to that $1.20 level. But that's getting a little ahead of ourselves, but that could be what is in store if things go mega bull here and that weekly money flow crossover winds up giving us a big move. So that's basically what we're looking at on XRP, guys. Weekly money flow crossover going to be a mega bullish signal, but I will say, this white box is not going to be easy to get above, right? So we may get a little rejection here, but that white box, if we could break that white box, guys, I am mega bullish on XRP. I will say that. Just going to see if we can get a little bit of confluence here on XRP with that value area low of the macro range. Let's see. Not really. I'm not really seeing much. But yeah, that is what I'd be looking for on XRP, guys. Super exciting times for the XRP army. Let's go. $1.20 XRP. Joe Rod, let's get it. Bitcoin dumpy dump. Is it dumpy dumping? Oh, baby. She's dumping. Let's go. Let's see. Come on. Guys, I need an AC. I need more fans on my isn't that funny, guys? This looks like a yellow X, but they're really just arrows. That's really funny. Anyway, let's see. Taking a look. Let's go on the lower time frame. Oh, baby, she's cruising. Let's go. I wonder where she's going, guys. Do you think she could potentially be on her way to the value area low of the range? It's almost like we got stuck underneath the value area high, and then it came right to the POC, right? Let's come to a lower time frame, and let's see, right? Spawn the range here. It's almost, let's get rid of this trade. Blood diamond on the 15-minute, baby. Dump it. This is almost like we got a below the value area high, bearishly retested it, came down to test that POC to the dollar, retraced, and then lost it, and now we're losing the POC. It's almost like we're on our way to the value area low. Let's see if it happens. I bet it will. Maybe. Not 100%, right? Not financial advice, but it's likely to happen. Hey, shout out to Luan Pot. Ooh, baby, this is a rough one. Luan. Hopefully I'm saying this right, bro. I don't want to butcher your name. I feel bad. Luan Potgeeter. Oh, no. Am I getting set up here? No. I think we're good. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate it. He said, good TA, man. I'm glad I found you. Well, welcome to the CandleMafia, bro, where we do 2 hours of this TA every single day, and I try to give you guys as much free value as I possibly can in that 2 hours. Shout out to you, bro. Bing bong. Hit you with the money gun. Boom, baby. Let's go. Anyway. Continuing on, Mrs. Candles will pick that up, but it's hard for her slippery, shiny skin hands to grab the money. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. So that's what I'm looking for on XRP, guys. Let's move on to Crow, which is our next altcoin. I'm going to move through these a little bit faster, guys. I wanted to spend some time on XRP because XRP has been moving. So let's go ahead and check it out. Let's see. Taking a look at Crow, taking a look at the daily. Okay, no bullish divergence, but you do have a green dot confirmed on the daily. I'm actually going to start up here on the weekly, right? Weekly got rejected at the 0 line. Money flow looks a little bit to be honest with you guys. 6-day money flow looks ugly. VWAP rejected at the 0 line, looking a little bit more bearish in my opinion. Oh, God, your 4-day money flow is horrific. Okay, 3-day looks a little better. Dang, that 4-day money flow looks gross, guys. That is not good. I'm actually surprised it didn't dump more, to be honest with you. Take a look at the 2-day. Okay, no bullish divergence, but you do have momentum coming to the upside. You got your green dot on your 2-day. That's a decent sign. You might be able to come up short term. Let's go ahead and pull some volume on it. Get those levels real quick. Check out the daily. Again, daily green dot confirmed. We already looked at that. But the fact that, guys, basic market cipher strategy, this is showing, right? CryptoFace, when we had him on the show, he was telling us that what he likes to do is draw lines, right? Like, just connect your highs, right? Like, where is this momentum trending, right? Because it's a little messy. It comes down and then it comes up. But, like, where is that trending, right? It's trending to the downside. This was likely a blood diamond if I had to guess. No, wow, shocking. It had to have been a blood diamond somewhere. Regular candles? No, wow, that's wild. I would have bet money on that, to be honest. But anyway, you can see, right? And now we're having actually the opposite happen, right? Now, again, no bullish divergence. Your money flow could look better, but, momentum is generally cruising to the upside. So you may be able to come up short term, but to be honest, those higher time frames don't look great. Taking a look at your 16-hour. 16-hour red dot is looking to print. 12-hour red dot is very, very close to printing. You're probably getting an 8-hour red dot. There it is. Blood diamond? Wow, I'm getting wrecked on the blood diamond predictions today. No blood diamond. All right, shocking. I would have bet money on that one too, guys. Would have bet money on that one too. I should do that. Like, hey, if this is a blood diamond, you guys have to hit the like button. If it's not a blood diamond, I have to give something away. That's what we should do. But taking a look at the 8-hour here. Again, red dot is printing, so naturally I'm going to come down to those lower time frames, right? Looking at the 15-minute. 15-minute money flows in the red, looking at the 24-minute, more specifically the 24 and the 30-minute. Yeah, money flow is curving back out. I think you could actually continue down a little bit here. Let's go ahead and take a look at these levels real quick. So I'm going to look at this more macro level here. We are below the value area. We have been cleanly rejected out of this area of balance. So not the best look, right? Let me go ahead and pull another bit of more local volume here and see where those levels are. So if we're just ignoring this bigger range for a little bit and looking at this lower, this little more local range, we are coming down to some support, right? So what was it? The daily had the confirmed green dot. Take a look at the 4-hour. Yeah, you may get a little support at this value area low, but again, the higher time, I would expect it to be some kind of short-term retracement before another move down, just because of the way these higher time frames look. It might take you some time to come down a little more because your VWAPs are coming up on the higher time frames. So I do think, okay, I do think you could get a short-term bounce here, right? And by short-term, I mean over the next week or so. It should be medium-term. Maybe you get a bounce around in this range a little bit, but that money flow on the higher time frames is absolutely garbage. So I would be very careful. I would lean a little bit bearish, but you are coming up to some support. I would look for this. I would look for your next green dot on the 4-hour for another move to the upside. And my computer is already performing 1,000 times better because I put that fan on the computer. Definitely overheating issues. Because the studio, guys, gets about 9,000 degrees. It's absolutely insane. The sun is just cooking on these curtains and just, well, they're not curtains, it's duvetine. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. There is Crow, guys. And then again, that key level of support that you want to watch is going to be the value area low at about 0.0676 cents. And then your next immediate level of a resistance is going to be 0.0689. All right, continuing on here, let's go ahead and take a look at OP. Shout out to our boy Johnny from the Hit Network Studios. Let's go. BTC Dump City, they say. Dump City. Let's go. Let's go. Send her to zero, baby. Send her to zero. Where's the fan at? Let's go. Shout out to Cozy Babe. It's over 9,000. Okay, taking a look at OP, guys. Taking a look at OP, or as some people like to call it, OP. Okay. Taking a look at the random line. Somebody making an NFT. Shout out to the OGs. Only the OGs will get that. Turn it into an NFT. Let's go. Let's see. 9,000. That's really hot. Shout out to Tinus Troitel. I'll tell you what. It's criminal not smashing that like button. Let's go, guys. We got 500 and something likes. We got 860 people in here, which is coincidental because 850 likes is that like goal. So if everybody in here right now smashes that like button, we will spin that wheel 20 times, and I will be giving a lucky CandleMafia member a free month to the premium Discord, where we got into this saucy, that's a long, where'd it go? Oh, I guess it's on this chart, where we did get into this juicy, this, well, it's gone. I think I deleted it, but we're in a nice short, guys. We're in a nice short from all the way up here, and I guess it is up. About 3%. That's without leverage, guys. But anyway, back to OP. This show is about OP, guys. Come on. But taking a look here at OP, I'm going to delete this, start fresh. Taking a look at, I'm going to come down to the lower time frames, guys, because there's not really enough price history to do any legitimate analysis, at least on Market Cypher on these higher time frames. There's no money flow or anything. So I'm going to start off on the daily, right? Maybe I'll check the 2-day real quick. Yeah, so you have your 2-day rolling back to the upside. Your daily is printing a green dot. That would be bullish. Taking a look at your 16-hour VWAP coming down, so couldn't be more indecisive there. 12-hour calling for downside, 10-hour calling for downside. 6-hour red dot printing is your 8-hour printing as well. 8-hour looking for the red dot is our 15 through the 30-minute money flow. 15-minute money flow is in the red. 24-minute money flow is cruising to the downside. And your 30-minute is crossing into the red. I would lean a little bit more bearish in the short term for OP. Let's pull a little bit of volume. Now, would be, let's take a look here, guys, right? Came up to the highs of the range, got a rejection to the lows. Got the wicked out of the value area, came right back to the value area high. What comes next? Well, due to the laws of the volume profile, it would call for a move down to your value area low. Not 100% guarantee that will happen, but if you reject that point of control, we will likely come down to, which we are, right? We are rejecting that point of control, and with that 30-minute red dot and money flow coming out and that 8-hour red dot and that 6-hour red dot, I would expect this to either continue to kind of just bing-bong around, right? Again, it is likely that money flow will be messy. I mean, that price action will be messy, right? Like here, we rejected the value area high, clung up on the POC for a little bit, but then eventually we did come to the low, right? So price action's messy. It doesn't always go from the high to the low, from the high to the low, but more often than not, it does find its way there. So I would expect something similar to happen in this situation with OP, and I would be looking for something like this. Come down. Again, it's so impossible to guess the actual way price is going to happen. But, maybe we get some ranging. Maybe you come up to the value area high one more time. But with some of these bearish signs, I would expect to just treat this as a range. As long as we remain below that POC, I would expect price to move down to your value area low, coming in at about $2.17. And if we get above that POC, I would look at our major resistance level as $2.26. I'll go ahead and mark these out in case anyone wants to screenshot them. But that is basically what I would be looking for on OP. Let's see. Take a look at that 4-hour. Yeah, 4-hour VWAP is coming up. I would say sideways. I would say, yeah, just kind of ranging, and then a potential revisit of the value area low at $2.17 would be likely for OP, especially if Bitcoin continues to dump. Shout out to Contnatcher. Contnatcher. I always forget how to, not forget, I just never know how to say your name, but shout out to you, bro. He says, bing bong, let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Let's see. OP needs to go back under $2. Crimson Caravan Company, I would not be opposed to that. Let's see. Dave Digital says, ouch, my finger. Ouch, Charlie. Ouch. Darren Does Things. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Says, you won't regret the free month in the kitchen. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's see. Astrological Ether, thank you so much for that super chat. I do appreciate you more than you could probably imagine. And I don't just say that because you gave me money. Just so you know, that is, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you asking the questions. But shout out to Astrological Ether. Says, Adam, Frank, I'm going to get into my first long or short on KuCoin. How do you take profits without closing the trade? Shout out to the CandleMafia. Well, actually, one of the mods, hopefully you guys can link a video. I do have a video on KuCoin showing you guys how to use the futures platform, but I would have to log into my account, which is likely going to take a long time. So I'm not going to be able to do it on live, unfortunately, but I do have a video explaining all of this. So if Tony D or Rob or somebody can go ahead and drop that link to help out Astrological Ether, that would be awesome. And then Astrological Ether, you can just go ahead and click that link and go check it out, and I will explain it. I will explain it in detail, but not here in that other video. Shout out to you, Astrological Ether. I appreciate you for sending that super chat. And now hopefully you can get spoon-fed that video. And there it is. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Dang. These, bet. I got you. Shout out to Astrological Ether. There's the link for you. Go check that out for sure. Ouch, Charlie was so boomer. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. Let's go. He says boomer. Yeah, I'm showing my age now, which is funny to say. Because I never thought I'd ever be 30, and here I am. But let's go ahead and get it. Let's go ahead and move on to ADA, and it does look like we just might have gotten a move down on, yeah, there it is. Did this just move down a lot? Yeah, oh yeah, we're getting some volatility in here right now. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that's the BLX. Oh, I was going to say, oh my God, Bitcoin. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. I wouldn't buy it all at once. DCA in over over a few months. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Pin it for the people in the back, baby. Let's go. Let's go ahead and take a look at ADA. Did I trigger anybody? Let's take a look at ADA. That's how you say it, right? ADA. Anyway, Cardano. But anyway, let's go ahead and check out ADA. Let's see. Take a look at the daily. Daily VWAP is rolling over to the downside. Not a mega bearish signal, but, would be more bearish than bullish. Nice support on your zero line here for ADA. I mean, let's just be honest, guys. Zoom out on ADA. ADA's still at the bottom. I mean, not really, but, I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, it's up 75%, I guess. But just looking at this, doesn't seem too late to get into Cardano at all. Obviously, you'd rather buy down here than up here, but still on a discount, guys. Cardano is still down from the highs. 88%. It's like 90% off. That's almost free. That is almost free. Anyway, continuing on. Let's go. ADA, baby. Let's go. Continuing on. Taking a look at your weekly green dot confirmed VWAP coming up. Money flow curving up as well. You're pretty far away from the zero line, but that would be a good sign more than a bad sign. Taking a look at your 6-day. Again, the 6-day money flow and a lot of these things looks bad. 5-day, ADA is lagging, guys. ADA is lagging behind in a big way here. Money flow is curving up, but the 5-day looks much better on almost every other coin. Let's see. Checking the 4-day. 4-day money flow, not looking the best. It is kind of curving up here, but I would like to make it, like to have it come up here and make a little bit of a lower high. Taking a look at the 3-day. 3-day money flow is curving up. Still just not looking the best. It looks not as good as a lot of other things. But yeah, your money flow is crossing over into the green on the 2-day. Again, we just looked at that support on the zero line. Let's come down to some of the lower time frames. Let's see. 4-hour VWAP, unconvincingly working its way to the upside. Money flow technically cruising in the right direction. Taking a look at the 2-hour green dot printing. Money flow crossing over into the green. That is looking a little better as we work our way down the time frames. Let's see. Money flow is coming out on the 1-hour. VWAP coming down. Yeah, interesting. What's the... Let's see. Yeah, 1-hour money flow is coming out. Taking a look at the lower time frames. Money flow crossing over into the red on your 45-minute. 30 minutes coming straight out. Let's see. What's your 8-hour looking like? Yeah. You might come down a little bit more short-term on Cardano. But let's go ahead and find some levels. Let me just come in here and turn off our value area high, value area low, and POC. And let's go ahead and find these levels. I'm going to go ahead and pull this large range here. And yeah, getting close to your value area high. Didn't technically come up and touch it just yet. But again, guys, right? You get a move up, tap the POC, turn the value area low to support, double tap it for support again. It could be on the way to go tap that value area high. We never touched it, but if we do get a move down, I would watch this as your level of support. This level here at about 36 cents, about 0.367 cents, would be a decent level to get a bounce off of if you're not going to come back down and touch that POC. However, that movement on the that POC would be another strong level to watch. And boom, right? So I would watch these levels for the most part. Let me pull a little bit of let's pull a local golden pocket on this. Let me go ahead and draw some boxes here. So I would go ahead and watch right about there, right? If you come down to your POC, look for some support on this white box. But if we start losing it, might be working your way back down to the bottom of the range. The only reason I would expect to hold this as support is because we never tapped that value area high. We just came shy of it, so we may actually still be working our way up. There's been a few times, guys, where we've been in trades or just kind of looking like, hey, guys, looking for it to hit the take profit, or looking for the bearish signal at the value area high, and we sit on our hands until price actually does come up and touch the level. And a lot of times that will actually go ahead and play out, right? So that would be another major level. I just deleted it. So I watched that POC and that white box / golden pocket here. And then I would also go ahead and watch this level immediately underneath you at 0.367 cents. And then obviously your value area high at about 39.5 cents would be another big level to watch. So yeah, Cardano kind of a little bit lackluster. So I would just keep an eye on that, not looking as good as a lot of other things. However, things are, money flow on the higher time frames is starting to work in the right direction. All right, let's take a look at Litecoin and Algo real quick, guys, before we go ahead and move on out. Okay, so taking a look at Litecoin, which is printing a green dot on the weekly time frame. Now, as you guys know, Litecoin is, moving. It's gotten a pretty big move, right? It's gotten a pretty good move all the way from the low wicks down here all the way to the top at about 163%. Not too bad, but let's go ahead and find some levels. Again, green dot printing on your weekly, on your 5-day. I thought this was the weekly. Let's come up to the weekly first. But you do have a green dot printing on your weekly anyway, and that money flow is getting so close to crossing over. This might be crossing over on regular candles. Not quite. I think XRP is like one of the only things crossing over into the green on the weekly time frame, which would be a very, very, very bullish sign, guys. So definitely go ahead and keep an eye on that. But yeah, green dot printing on your weekly, money flow looking as good as it possibly could. Taking a look at the 6-day. Green dot also printing, money flow kind of coming out, but that green dot may bring it up a little bit more. Take a look at your 5-day, looking very good with your money flow coming up and your green dot printing. Litecoin does look pretty good, guys. I will be honest with you. Now you're coming down to the 4, the 3, and the 2-day, and the daily. Or the 2, 3, and 4-day VWAPs are cooling off, so you may wind up getting a little bit, once those red dots print, that might give you a little bit of a pull to the downside. But taking a look at the daily here with that red dot, confirmed money flow on the daily, taking a hard tank to the 0 line, looking for that crossover into the red. And again, we got a little fake out into the red here. And then we came back into the green, but look at all the time we spent in the green with this money flow, guys. We talked about this in the beginning of the stream. Now on the daily is a little different than the weekly, right? Like when we looked at the weekly on XRP, when we looked at the weekly XRP money flow, that was a little easier to call the fake out on because you don't get the crossovers as often, right? On the daily, you get a lot of fake outs, right? You fake down at the red, fake out in the green. So that happens a lot on the daily. But because we spent so much time in the green here, I do think this might have been this may be a fake out into the red, and it might come down into a deeper red wave, which would correlate with the higher time frame VWAPs cooling off. So just be careful with that. VWAP does look like it's getting a little rejection at the 0 line. But let's come down to the 4-hour and check out the local price action here. Yeah, money flow kind of coming up, but generally coming out on the 4-hour. VWAP is working its way back up towards that 0 line. So keep an eye on that. You might kind of consolidate here, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and pull this 4-hour little range here. Yeah, this is, let's come down to the 1 hour and take a look at this actually. Yeah. See, look. Come on, volume. Where'd you go? Yeah, look. This is a perfect exemplification for anybody who's new here of the volume gaps, right? Little volume gap, quick fall to the downside, right? And then you get a nice little bounce off that volume, right? So that's kind of what the volume gaps can do. Quick move down, quick move up. What happened when you flew here, broke this level, flew down through the gap, got support on this high volume node, and then you flew right back up. But the key here is super fast move down, super fast move up, and that is what the volume gaps do. So you could essentially highlight these volume gaps from the high volume node, and typically within that box, right? Like we could draw it as a box too. I love to do this, right? What you could do is go from the value area low, right, all the way to this high volume node, and you could basically feel pretty comfortable that anytime price enters this box, right, for at least the time being, anytime price comes into this box, you're probably going to fly through that white box, right? Now you're ranging around. I'm already looking. If I go below this level, price might nuke down, break into the white box, flies right through. Break back up into the white box, flies right through. Break down into the white box, flies right through, right? Those are the low volume gaps, guys. One of the most useful things I've ever found. But anyway, taking a look here, you are bearishly retesting, or you just bearishly rejected off of your value area low at about $89.58, and we are starting to get that move to the downside, right? And again, we are kind of in that white box and could make for that quick move down. So just keeping an eye on that. Now, I would not expect any higher prices until we break this key level at about $89.56, right? That value area low. Kind of like we were talking about with everything else. You come up, right? Boom, 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 boom. Hold it as support. And then that is where you can potentially get your move back up to your value area high, likely going to stop off at the POC, which is coming in at about $92.86. And then your value area high comes in at about $93.83. So those are the key levels I would be looking at. And then again, I would be watching for some support. I'm going to get rid of this white box now that you guys know that volume gap is there. Whoops, I deleted that horizontal line. Let's get rid of that. And I'm going to go ahead and just draw this. I would look for some support in this area, right? Because you have your resistance from back here that this white box acted as resistance. And then obviously you do have this high volume node that you are likely to get some support on, right? So, gap is here for the most part. Most of the gap is up in this area, and then this high volume node will likely give you support. So those are the levels I will be looking at for Litecoin. Let's see. Everybody's giving bellish advice. That's why I'm trying to see OPs on people if they personally think we will see 26K again for this bull run or not. I'm lost on that conversation. Shout out to Bellish, though. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and check out Algo, which is our last altcoin. Let's see, our last altcoin. Yeah, we're perfectly on time. How about that, guys? How about that? We nailed the timing on this. All right. Trying to get a little better with the time. Recently, guys, I've been getting a little extra lost in chat. I always talk to chat, but I've been getting a little extra lost, a little extra distracted. Maybe it's the sideways price action, so I am trying to focus a little more on getting the TA done today. So if I missed your chat, just bear with me. I will come back to say hi, obviously, while we're spinning the wheel. I do just want to get some of the TA out there because, I feel like we kind of, through this boring price action, I've been kind of neglecting the altcoins a little bit just because nothing's really been happening other than XRP. Then we tripled down on that. But let's go ahead and continue on here and find some levels on XRP, on Algo. This is not XRP. So just looking at our kind of general range here, I'm going to pull some fibs here as well. I'll just pull it all the way from the low. Okay. And yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the higher time frames, like your 6 days, probably looking more bearish. Yeah, money flow coming back out on the 6 day. VWAP getting a little rejected at the 0 line. Take a look at your 4 day. Green dot printing on your 4 day. 3 day. Green dot also printing. And your 2 day green dot is also confirmed. Taking a look at the daily. Daily green dot is confirmed. No bull div. This is looking similar to whatever the first thing we were looking at was. I don't remember what coin it was, but looking similar. No bull div, but momentum moving in the right direction. Money flow not looking the best, but taking a look at the 16-hour. 16-hour green dot confirmed, but your VWAP is rolling back over. 12-hour green dot rolling over. Let's see, 8-hour red dot. Ooh, so close to the 8-hour red dot. Yeah, 6-hour green dot is printing. Let's take a look at the 4-hour, looking to roll back up. Money flow coming up on your 4-hour. Let's see. Yeah, I think you're probably going to get a little bit stuck in this range, guys. I will be honest with you. Nothing really screaming for a big move up or a big move down as of right now, in my opinion. It does look like we have been accepted back into the value area, in which case I will expect a move down back towards that golden pocket, which would make sense because that golden pocket is pulled from the low to the high. Sometimes price likes to pull back to the golden pocket before continuing up higher. But just the fact that we're below that value area high does make me think that we could continue down, on top of other things, right? It's not just that, it's the 1 hour red dot, probably going to pull us a little bit lower anyway. So with that, I do expect price to potentially move back down towards that POC, and your value area low is very much, very, very close to that, right? So you do have a bit of confluence here. Boom, right? Yeah, so I would look for a move back down into these levels. This white box is coming in between about 21 cents and 20.5 cents. You guys are funny. Shout out to Crypto Billy, 99-cent super chat. Shout out to Tony D, $1 super chat. Shout out to Dave Digital, $1 super chat. Shout out to you guys. No words, just super chats. Interesting. Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. All right, let's go ahead and see. That's what I'm looking at on Algo, guys. So there you go. And then your weekly also looking for that green dot. You never got your green dot on Algo. Still in a really, really good accumulation zone. Algo is still, God, what is going on? Algo and ADA is still crushed. Algorand is still down 92%. Guys, this thing cannot get a move. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. All right, guys, let's go ahead and we're going to have to go. Oh, my God. Crypto Billy said only one super chat. Only one super chat boss up in here. Frank, can I see those glossy feet again? P.S. 99 cents, 99.99 equals more. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Crypto Billy is the absolute GOAT of super chats. Oh, hey, we got Casper was in here. Cardano, shout out to Jason. Yo, Jason, shout out to you, bro. I missed that. He said Cardano. I love saying Cardano. Do you guys say ADA or Cardano? Do you guys say ADA, ADA, or ADA? And then let me know if you say Cardano or Cardano. I like Cardano. Cardano's the best. Jason, you're funny, bro. If you're still in here, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like you dropped it somewhat recently, but you're still in here, bro. Yeah, Cardano is the way to do it. Shout out to Jason. Thank you for being here, bro. But, guys, with all that being said, let's go ahead. Where are we on likes? We still got 675 people in here, guys. Oh, God, we need a lot. We need 850 likes. So we need everybody to smash that like button, and we will give a free premium membership, premium Discord membership away to one CandleMafia member, and we will spin that wheel 15 times for some extra giveaways. But with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and pull up that wheel of said pain and pleasure and spin the dang thing. Let's go. Picker wheel is what it's called. Let's see. Today's wheel spin is brought to you by ad-free websites, I guess. I don't even have an ad blocker on. Are they just slow ads? Come on. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Boom. All right, we got 653 likes, so we got 6 spins. Run it up to 850 for some extra spins and some extra free crypto and a free premium membership. Let's go. Oh, baby, give him a giveaway. Let's go. And, hey, Crypto Billy, shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for that super chat. Can you guys see that? I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Mrs. Candles. Okay, Mrs. Candles. All right, calm down. Okay. All right. No touching me with your toe. Mrs. Candles. Okay. Stop sticking them. Come on, Mrs. Candles. Jeez, we're live, Mrs. Candles. God. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. I think she's having a couple glasses of wine. She's sticking her feet in my face. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and spin numero dos. Give him a giveaway, baby. There we go. 2 in a row, baby. Can we go 6 for 6? Well, I would love to go 8 for 8. Or, I'm sorry, I would love to go 15 for 15. But I don't know if we're going to make it there. 664 likes. Somebody hit it. Let's go. Stank Toes. Shout out to Dave Digital said Stank Toes. Possum Stank Fangas. Let's go. Oh, Darren does things. Thank you for that, bro. Thank you for that. I will check FTM. I'll check it right after the chat. Let's see. Not on TV. She's shy. Ada named after an old mathematician pronounced Ada. Oh, Tony D coming in with the fact checker. I just don't. It's interesting. There's an actual mathematician named Ada. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I like how you spelled Ada. AYDA. I like that. Mrs. Candles and my wife have the same feet? Who said it? Wick 589, bro. Oh, God, you're hilarious, bro. You're hilarious. Let's go. Hey, I mean, they got good looking feet. Let's go. All right, here we go. Frankie's calves. All right, you want to see the calves? I'll spank them for you guys. I don't think you can see that high. Can you see that high? I don't think you can. Let's see. Can you see? Oh. Guys, it gets stuck. It gets stuck on the calves. Oh, there we go. There we go. Slap him. Slap the calf, man. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I'm on one today, guys. I'm on one today. All right, let's go. I actually had a bad day today, guys. It's really funny. Sometimes I have bad days. Sometimes you're just off, right? Like, you just feel off some days. Everyone has bad days. I do, too. And feet game strong. And then I just get people saying stuff like that. It totally flips my day around. I will be honest, guys. It's like, yeah, sometimes like I say this all the time. Like, this has always been like this. Like, sometimes I have a stressful day. Of course, I spun the wheel 8 times. Let's go. Gave you guys some free spins. Let's go. But let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 giveaways out of 8. Let's go. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, you know, like sometimes I have a bad day. I like just stressed out. I got a lot going on. And you know, and then it's like I just go live. And the second people start chatting, it's just like completely flips your mood around. Also helps to have a fire team, right? Our mods are amazing. Tony D helps me out unbelievably. So, but yeah, it's just like, you know, I could be in the worst mood ever, like screaming and throwing stuff. I'm mad because a video got deleted or something. And then all of a sudden, it's like I go live and boom, my mood completely changes because I get to do what I love with the people that I love, the CandleMafia guys. With all that being said, that is all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out because look at me. My hat is slightly crooked. But don't forget to smash that like button on the way out, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys for sticking around till the end of the stream. I hope you learned something. I hope you found some value out of it. And yeah, I will be here, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Well, I'll actually see you tomorrow, but I will actually see you tomorrow after I take a quick look. Well, that's VMix that you guys could probably see now. But I do want to take a quick look at FTM because I think somebody super chatted it. They're probably gone by now, but hey, I just like to do the right thing, whether it's recognized or not. So if they're not here, I apologize. But if they are here, you'll be happy to know that we are finally looking at FTM. And I appreciate your super chat. I did not see it, but I appreciate it. Let's see. Take a look at the daily. I'm going to fly through this. Green dot printing on the daily. Pretty good sign. Money flow technically curving back to the upside. Technically a good sign. Take a look at the 16-hour. Telling a different story. 12-hour, bearish. Money flow looks good on the 12 and 16, though. Like, this is nice. This is nice curvature, guys. I take that back. It's not nice curvature, but it's definitely going in the right direction, right? Take a look at your 10-hour. Money flow has crossed into the green. Looking for a red dot, though. But money flow is in the green, so that would lean me bullish, right? Maybe a short-term pullback, but as long as that money flow remains in the green, I would remain a bit bullish. 4-hour VWAP is starting to curve back up. Money flow starting to curve back up as well. Taking a look at the 2-hour green dot, money flow curving up nicely. Same thing, guys, as almost everything else. I would expect maybe some ranging. I would just expect to range. I would say sideways bearish, right? Maybe you kind of come up a little bit in the short term, but kind of just eventually just bing bong around and then eventually get a move to the downside. Let's go ahead and pull some levels. You do have a local golden pocket coming, which is weird because it tapped right on my line. It's like I know where the golden pockets are going to be. Yeah, local golden pocket coming in at 42 cents. Your 786 is coming in at 41.414 cents. And yeah, I mean, we could try to pull some volume on this. There's not really a decent, I mean, that's wonky as all get out, but yeah, I mean, your value area low of this wonky range is that golden pocket. So maybe look for a little move down to that golden pocket. But yeah, I would just kind of expect to range around these levels, guys. So quick and dirty on FTM, but I wanted to make it right for that super chat, guys. I try to look at all the altcoins. If I looked at every single one, like if I promised to look at every super chat, I would have to look at every altcoin ever created. And as you guys know, if you look at CoinMarketCap, there is a lot of altcoins. So I just, I would have to do it for everybody, but I do like to try my best to kind of deliver. If someone pays, again, the altcoins are not guaranteed, but if someone pays and I do see it, like I really do try to make right by them. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate everybody for sticking around till the end of the stream. Smash the like button on your way out. It's just a little click, and it's the easiest and freest way that you guys can help support the channel and push this information out to more people. And I love each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow in the same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to our boy DZ. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.
Why don't you just go get an actual massage? You know I'm not a masseuse. I'm sorry. I got man hands. I have a strong grip. I'm not meaning to hurt you. I'm sorry. I think there's too much lotion. It's too slippery. That's. Oh. Hey, what's up? Hey, CandleMafia, what's going on? Hey, I was just her back hurt. I did not. Oh God. Well, that's all I got for tonight's live stream, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to our boy DZ. Just pretend you guys didn't see that. I did not mean for that to happen. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. My hands are so slippery and lotiony. Ugh.
Tyler Ramos. Tyler Ramos.